Evening, everyone. How's it going? Talkback with Thane and Sophia back for Tuesday, the 2nd November, Melbourne Cup Day. And congratulations if you put some money on the horses and you've won some money. I'm coming to you live from my mate's Ricky's couch tonight because the internet at yours, Sophia, not doing so good. But anyway, how are you?
Good. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes the internet just doesn't want to do it. I don't know. I'm not an internet technician.
We've got to follow up. We've got to follow up CB and get some Voyager internet sorted out at your place.
Yeah, that could be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to pester him, and I think it's only when you're here that it doesn't work. Not because you're, but because maybe we're both going on at the same time. So did you put any dollars on the horses, do you think?
No, I kind of I was talking to people about it. I've been private messaging people. People have been throwing me tips, but I've just got no time for the Melbourne Cup, especially in lockdown. Had I kind of watched it in a bar or something, or even took an interest in watching it on free-to-air television, I might have got involved, but I don't even have an active TAB account, so that's just one of those things. But anyways, congratulations if you have won some money on the Melbourne Cup. Good on you. You can follow us on Instagram, Talkback, at Talkback with Thane and Sophia, on Facebook, and there's our personal ones as well if you want to send us a message. Tonight, we've got a great guest coming up. We're speaking to this fella, Matthew Chapman. Now, I was just stumbling across his account on Instagram, and just the way that he was speaking about his life, I thought, I think we all can learn something from that guy. So Matthew Chapman coming up very shortly. But right now, let's check in with our fact checker. He's here. He's ready to go. Oh my God, it's me, Mack. How are you, mate?
Wow.
I like to make a grand entrance. Federal Bureau of Investigation, mega car. I'll sell the wheels off your car if you don't watch it. Anyway, Melbourne Cup. What's my opinion on Melbourne Cup Day?
Yes.
Great day to shoot a horse.
Oh yeah.
Boy, terrible.
It's inevitable. But regardless of that, it's all worth it because it's such a spectacle and there's so much money and fame to be gained.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, mate. You hold the line. We'll come back to you. Awesome.
He'd make
special guest is here. How are you there, Matt Chapman? How you going? Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, I'm fantastic. Good to be with you guys.
Yeah, nice to have you here. Now, can you see us? You got us?
Yes, loud and clear.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Okay, well, I was wondering, there's a lot. I said earlier, I was scrolling through your account. I saw a video outside a picturesque mountain. You had your shirt off, you're getting some sun in the morning, and then you were talking about the stuff like your second life and morphing into it. You had a stressful first go at the first half. I got that you're an entrepreneur, you did a couple of things, and you're very well traveled, and then you're kind of progressing into something else. Are you able to take us right from the start and tell us your story? We got plenty of time.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's good to be with you in your rooms, and hello everyone. I'm actually in my little pod at my farm where cool. I like to hang out. So it's good to be with you, and also well done, guys, on your creativity on creating this show during the lockdown. I always love to give support to new concepts and people trying hard.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. I feel like there's not a lot of long form conversational stuff going on at the moment. You know, it's all very serious, and it's nice to have a wee joke and also have different opinions going where there's freedom to express yourself and everybody else's opinion. There's respect, which has been really nice, and it's been quite a different take on things, hasn't it, Thane?
Yeah, absolutely. We've met so many cool people with different opinions. So so we've made some more friends. So we're bloody lucky.
Well, that's good. And I really love people just getting ideas off the ground and not taking things too seriously. So very happy to be with you. So far away.
Yeah, mate.
Well,
So tell us right from the get-go. Sorry, Sophia, you go first.
I was
Pardon
just
me.
going to ask. So I know I had a quick little internet scroll on your page as well, and I noticed that you were talking about working remotely, and it's something that I actually started doing in 2017. I read The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Have
Great
you read
book, isn't it? Great book. In
that?
fact,
Amazing.
actually, I'm rereading it at the moment.
Me too.
The 2008 edition. Yeah.
Yes, I'm rereading it as well because I thought in this current business that I have, I'm sure there's other nuggets that I can pull from this, which I have and implemented already, which are, doing the virtual VA stuff. For those of you who are watching and you're like, what's that? It's a virtual assistant. And it's super cool and very useful. You can use them to find all sorts of information you can use for your websites or blogging, whatever else you're doing. Anyway, long story short, I'm reading it again as well, which is fantastic. So I started reading that in 2017 and I set up a business that earned in USD and I spent in rupiah because I dragged my family to live in Bali. And are you doing something similar? You're saying you're working remotely. Obviously, I
Yeah.
think you've
So
got a hell of a lot more going on than I did.
well, I think it doesn't matter if we're sort of doing different types of things, but the common denominator is remote. So I mean, I guess something about the world at the moment is a lot of people are remote and they're not working in offices, and that's a major trend that has swept the world. My claim to fame is I founded a company which actually bears my last name. So it's called Chapman CG, and it's now the world's largest global HR search firm, which essentially does a lot of the HR appointments across the world. But when I set that company up, I set it up as a virtual company, a remote company.
Wow.
And as it grew, I kept it virtual. So my team is sort of all across the world, but has never been in offices. So when we hit COVID and everyone had to make that change, we were already 13 years ahead of that.
Wow. That's so
Wow.
good. And isn't it fantastic having people work while you sleep?
Well, look, that's fantastic. I mean, we need it because we're a global
Yeah.
business. I have other businesses as well, but I think for me, what really drove me to not be in an office was I was an ultra marathon runner, and I'd run ultra marathons in the Gobi Desert, the Atacama Desert, Sahara, Antarctica,
Wow.
Madagascar, Namibia, all these different places. And I realized that freedom was something that was very important to me. And so when I set up my company, I wanted to be able to be wherever I wanted to at any time.
And I always say, for me, money represents the freedom to make choices in your life. And so that's something I think that when you design your life so that you can do it remotely, you also have the ability to, whatever money that you're earning there, you can also have the freedom to, if you wanted to travel or have new experiences, taking my children around. Traveling was a big thing for me. I wanted them to see the world, and that was something I was able to do. Luckily, just before COVID hit, we spent sort of what was about 3 years doing that, and I'm so glad I did, and I made that leap into it, because it's just irreplaceable having the
Yeah.
freedom to do that
We
stuff.
were traveling. Our kids are so lucky because they were on and off planes. We went through Asia. We just had a great time. We went to Singapore, was it? Singapore,
Singapore,
Kuala Lumpur,
Bali,
you guys
Kuala
went to?
Lumpur. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just great because now I feel like when we first did, I was like, oh boy, oh God, is this a really weird thing to be doing? The kids are going to sort of these little schools, local schools, or we're doing, all sorts of different things.
Sure.
And you think, am I doing the right thing here? Is this a good parent move? But
Yeah.
then when you come back home and settle back into the same school and everybody's happy as Larry, and then you go, oh my God, COVID's hit. I am so glad that we did that, because I don't know if anyone will ever travel like that, not for the next sort of 5 to 10 years anyway, not with that sort of freedom.
Yeah, look, I think the world's changed. And so, before I was part of a world where everyone who had companies or had global remits was on planes and around the world all the time. And, that's changed for everyone. But I think the future is what I say one dimension, in the sense that technology allows us to be as close to people as if they were next to us. And this is where a country like New Zealand, on a global stage, could actually have very good prospects in the future, because we have great talent here. and people don't necessarily need to be in other parts of the world to do jobs that they would have had to have previously been in other parts of the world to do.
Yeah, very true. We actually spoke to Corey, a comedian, yesterday, and he has just sold a show to FX in the States, and they're going to shoot it here, all the pilot and everything, so he doesn't actually even have to go anywhere. So it's been quite useful for some people to jump into things through COVID, because we get to stay in one place and do what we love at the same time, which is great, if you're lucky.
Yeah, I think the trick is at these times, we need to be extremely open-minded about the potential of how we can do things. And because my main line of work is in human resources and people, I'm particularly interested in how people collaborate, communicate, and share ideas, but also how companies create high performance through the current technology opportunities.
What are some of the best ways to do that at the moment, do you think, for a normal run-of-the-mill business? For example, I've got a business that is in wellness and natural skincare. Throw me some top tips on the high performance there, Matt.
Well, in terms of high performance, I mean, any business that has people needs to keep those people engaged and happy, just the same as we need to keep customers happy and always be taking feedback. So, I think high performance is about understanding what creates that magic, what creates the energy which allows things to grow, and that's a very interesting area to think about.
Yeah. Okay.
And now with heading out of the ballpark with getting the best online HR company in the world type thing, that must have taken a lot of work, a lot of dedication. You almost got to be married to your job, totally in it 100%. How did you wind down? What did you lean on? Did you get married? Did you have kids?
So I think anyone who founds a company that ends up becoming quite big, you either planned that or it happened by chance. For me, it happened by chance, and I was never chasing the dollar. I was always just building a company that was great at what it did, and so with that, came a lot of responsibility, but also a lot of awareness around the lifestyle that I wanted to keep myself happy and engaged. So I think I said to you, my first company was set up virtually without offices.
Yeah.
That was step one. But step two was about how do you reduce stress in your life and stay healthy in order to be able to survive, So that's a huge focus of mine at this point in my life.
Okay, I want to get onto that very shortly. I'm just going to go back to our fact-checking guy. Benny Mack, just checking in with you at 9:15. What do you got?
Oh, I'm taking a lot of information in, and one thing that caught my mind is I was thinking I really respect people who compete ultra marathons.
Oh, great.
Yeah, this week I completed my 6th marathon.
Oh, yes.
I finished in almost record time. It was challenging, but I knew that if I put my mind to it, I could watch all 9 episodes of Squid Gamers in one sitting.
Oh, very good. I haven't seen that yet, but I want to.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. So yes, okay. So you're like a work hard, play hard kind of guy. Was that your story? By play hard means you were kind of working out and looking after yourself because you needed a healthy mind at the table.
I think I had a lifestyle that was constant traveling and potentially a lot of excess, in terms of food or experiences. And I think it's really important to manage that, but still have fun. And so for me, a lot of it came into exercise, the right food, meditation practices, and other modalities which aim to keep me fresh and in balance and keep my creativity good.
Do you think that people who aren't on maybe, a CEO's salary, can they achieve everything in the wellness sector that you can? I mean, meditation's free, right? Eating healthy, I suppose we could start a garden and going up for a walk as a start. But have you got like anything that we can't do, or is it kind of like pretty level playing field?
I think we're in a pretty level playing field. You know,
Yeah.
the key thing for, you know, our well-being, which is again a huge area that I focus on, but I think it's something that we all are trying to focus on. A key thing is willpower, and you know, we all potentially have as much as each other. It's how we use it. You know, it's how we build habits, and
Totally.
how we build discipline.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, discipline, and, having resilience, right? Just knowing that you just got to get up, you've got to do it, you've got to knock it out of the park, and and you got to do it again tomorrow. And a lot of
Well, I
people
think when I was, and we'll all relate to this because we've all had our ultra marathons in different areas of life. But when I was actually an ultra marathon runner, it wasn't just important to be fit. It was also important to have all the right equipment so that you didn't get blisters, so that you know, you had all the right gear in a problem situation. But the other one was always about pace. And so it was that ability to kind of know when you should slow down and to basically get yourself to the finish line feeling good. And these are still analogies that I cross-check with myself on a very regular basis in the rest of my life now. Sustainability.
Oh, that's so cool. Why New Zealand?
Sorry.
Can I just ask, why New Zealand? You know, on your profile, you're a Singaporean citizen and what have you, and there's an Aussie accent in there. What made you land in this beautiful country?
Yeah, it's all mixed up. So I was born in Australia, and in my early 20s, went to Singapore. I had a fantastic time in Singapore. I also went to Japan, but then I returned to Singapore. And that was where I set up my company, and I also became a citizen. But I was always looking for somewhere to have a more balanced life to Singapore. Those of you who visited Singapore know it's highly populated, extremely dynamic, great place to kind of view the world from a very safe pontoon. But as an Australian by birth, I missed the nature. And so I thought, well, I don't want to go back to Australia. What's the next best place? And that was New Zealand. But actually, it was a wedding that I attended in 2011, and I was in the Coromandel, and I just really loved the countryside and the time zone. That led me to 2 years later in 2013, buying a farm on the west coast near Muriwai.
So cool.
And
I've
that's
seen the
where
farm.
you are now, is it?
Yeah, so that's my farm now. So I don't profess to be the most intelligent farmer, but I've had a lot of help, and I've opened myself up to the generosity and hearts of a lot of people. But you know, 8 years later, I have a beautiful farm called Parior, and that's on the west coast. So it's beautiful sunsets, and you know, there's lots of space for hiking, and when people come and visit to spread out, which is really important in these days.
Isn't it weird, Matt? It's like one of those movies, you know, where the foreign guy lands in the middle of the country and then buys a large 600-acre farm, and then, you know, it's got to get on with it and make it all work. You know, that's kind of like it's a movie script. But you did it.
We definitely could have done a reality show, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But what I did find is that different things balance you. So being in nature, having to learn the responsibilities of the farm actually gave me extra skills which were useful in other different businesses.
Right.
And I'm very happy now that sort of 7 or 8 years later from buying that farm, it's not something that I'm seeking at retirement. It was something that I wanted to do early, so that if I enjoyed it, I could keep on doing it. And if I didn't, I could get out of it and stop that dream and dream of other things.
What do you do with the farm? Because it looks like a beautiful, big, sleek spaceship on a hill. It's amazing.
Look, it's a very beautiful farm, and it has a wonderful house that was designed by Andrew Patterson, who you know, created this fortress-like structure on a hill looking out to the ocean. It's quite a paradox to what you'd expect to see on a farm, but the thing is, it's still a farm. So whenever people come out and visit, I always say, don't just go in the house, let's go out on the farm, let's go for a walk and see the clay pots or the reserves or things like that. But right now, we do a lot of events on the farm. So we've just had the Great Kiwi Bake Off, which has been filmed there and is on TV at the moment. And we do a lot around cars So I'm very interested in cars, so we review a lot of cars there. We also have weddings and different other events as well. So it's quite an interesting, magical place.
Is it a working farm? Do you have cattle? Fantastic. What have you got?
It is. Yeah, so we have about 600 cattle and sorry, let me get that straight. We have 600 sheep. I told you I'm the most intelligent farmer. We have 600 sheep and 200 cattle, and so it's a working farm, and that's what makes it so beautiful. Actually, is that the animals are all there. It's a very pristine environment.
Oh, it sounds amazing. And so how do you structure your work days to get the most efficiency and also keep that wellness balance?
Thank you for asking. So, look, this is a daily exercise for me. Even though I've had virtual companies for 13 years and all that, I'm still learning all the time. So, and COVID has thrown extra challenges. So because my life is global time zones and quite a number of different companies in different places, I try and pace myself. So some mornings I might have to take calls, some evenings I might have to take calls, and other times during the day, I may have calls or meetings. I spend a lot of time on calls and a lot of time on video meetings. But the important thing is, and this is a real lesson to everyone else who's working remotely at the moment, is work out what you want to do with your day from a personal perspective. So if I want to work out or do a hike or be in the garden or play a board game or whatever, I'd love to say catch up with friends, but actually that's not been possible for a little while. But it's important to put all those personal activities in your diary so that you can balance your work around it. And that's always been really important to me.
Very cool.
You've got to have the non-negotiables in there, don't you?
You've got to have the non-negotiables in there. And something I find increasingly more important is how we keep our energy good during the day so that we are happy and we're motivated. So I used to be a big consumer of coffee, to fire myself up. But I realized looking back, I lived a lot of my life in fight or flight mode, with elevated cortisol levels and, basically was quite stressed. So now I will look very carefully at what I eat and why. And also, if I'm sitting for too long, I will just stand up or, I'll do a stretch. And
you have a big Swiss ball that you sort of roll around.
I do have a Swiss ball, but there's a lot of different exercises and things that you can do whilst you're on a phone call or just changing things up. And sometimes that can also mean switching rooms in your house or, if you're lucky with a farm, you can switch locations on the farm, but continuing to change things up is really important.
I definitely need to reduce my coffee. I've got the same thing going on. And I've tried to get, the dandelion tea, and it sort of tastes a bit like coffee. I've been giving that a whirl. It's not bad, but...
Yeah, look, the trick, I think, with any habit that we are working on, and, we're all working on different habits at any one point in time. And I think those of us who continually want to change for the better, this is a huge focus. But the trick is to not change everything at once or go cold turkey on something. So with coffee, maybe having 3 coffees, try and go back to 2 + 1 dandelion, and gradually track yourself that you're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. So I have 2 in the morning, and then I'll have a dandelion. If I'm going to have another one, it's got to be a dandelion or a tea, which is working quite well. And I've just started intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting is great. I think what you have to be careful with intermittent fasting is, the emotion that comes from your day. So if you're going to be having a calm morning, that's a great one to intermittent fast. Or if you had dinner early the night before and you've had a good sleep. But the trick is to not stress your body out too much, because what we find is if you do that, the reintegration after that means that you can mess it up on the food you're having after you've been fasted for 16 hours. So you just got to be careful.
What is the MC2 thing that you were talking about on your post and the second life? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah. So look, as I approached my 45th birthday, which was this year, I realized that really the way I'd been living my life in terms of travel or stress or priorities or whatever, which was the best way I could live it at that time, was not going to be the way I should live my life in the future. And that's, so I can grow old and be healthy and have a clear mind and, all of that. So I really went through, and I'm still going through quite a metamorphosis around nutrition and general well-being in order to continue transitioning. But that too also has a double meaning, and that is I have a big network across the world because of human resources and well-being and other different businesses, and it's also MC squared. So these are the people I know and the people they know. And if I look at that network, that's a beautiful network of intelligent minds across the world who are very, very interested in wellness and, optimistic topics.
Have you got a target age that you want to hit?
It's funny you ask that. I mean, I would love to live to 90, and I would love to be in good shape at that stage. And really, a lot of that is based around good diet at this time of life, but also looking after your body in terms of flexibility and strength, so that your body remains strong, but you look after it and you don't treat it for granted.
I tell you who has looked after his body. Have you seen Sting with his shirt off? Holy moly. The guy came in with a big suit jacket and then sat down. He's 70 years old. He took the suit jacket off to reveal this ripped body, and then he just smashed out the guitar and started singing. So he's obviously doing something right.
This is the thing, we don't understand this. I'm very lucky to be friends with Richard Branson, and Richard is also 70. And, I've been in situations with him playing tennis and outdoor sports where he's extremely fit, and age isn't necessarily an important thing when it comes to the body if you look after it.
I saw a couple of things on who was it? It was Jim's Mowing said he's never going to retire, and he's basically on track to basically still be running the company at 90. That type of thing. And then you've got Rupert Murdoch, who wants to hit 100. And again, another guy's in great shape.
I think it's all about sustainability and enjoyment in what you do. And, if we look at our jobs or our companies or our lives, there's certain areas that we just don't enjoy. And I was having this discussion with a friend today. Like, it's important that we focus on our strengths and what we love. And I believe if you are able to do that, you never need to retire, or you might have already retired, but you actually you're working for passion. And if you work for things that you're passionate about, you will do very, very well. Yeah,
you just got to stay the course, don't you? You just got to stay
right.
with it, even though when it's rocky. Yeah.
Grit, perseverance, resilience, and efficiency is a big one that I'm learning a lot about at the moment. When I started in business, it was just like, I've got to do everything. I've got to, hard work's going to pay off. It was all really like push, push, push. And as I've gotten a little bit older, I've realized efficiency is key. If you want to do anything well for an extended period of time and not die or be absolutely exhausted and no use to anyone else in your life other than your business, then efficiency is one of those things that you've got to include. Do you have any top tips for efficiencies within businesses that might be useful during COVID?
Yeah, so I think efficiency sphere is a great area to look at. I like to think about it in terms of the right outcomes. So, if we open our inbox or we check our WhatsApp or whatever, there'll be a lot of different things in there. But what's really important? And in my younger days, I tried to do everything. Work was about just getting stuff done. But now I think a lot more about outcomes and how you get to decisions in the best way possible without taking up so much time. And at the same time, how you enjoy your time you're not working. I'm sure, like many people, I used to drown myself in work as a source of meaning. I didn't have other things to do, or I might have been bored or lonely or something like that. So I applied myself to my work. But as we know, that can be bad escapism, which blows up later on. So it's really important to develop things in your life that have meaning, that you enjoy, and then do your best work amongst all that.
Absolutely.
Sheesh,
even hobbies as well is a key thing. If you can develop a hobby, I actually started thinking to myself, it was earlier this year, and I thought, oh my God, what do I like? what do I enjoy doing? I can't even remember because, sometimes you're just so consumed with your family and your work and all of those good things and just trying to make everything in the day, tick those boxes, make dinner, blah, 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 blah. And you go, hey, what do I actually find joy in? And I'm going to go and try and play tennis or play the guitar or take up some sort of hobby that gives me a wee bit of joy that maybe I enjoyed as a child and see if that still fits.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, hobbies are a positive escapism, And I was talking about work. If you're not careful, can be an escapism. But hobbies, I'm sure for both of you, and certainly for me, are things that switch my mind off and absorb it, so that I actually regenerate my energy. And this has been one of the positive things about this lockdown period is we find ourselves with less choices. Therefore, we can double click or go a bit deeper on some of the things that are just sitting before our eyes. I've got a backgammon board in my lounge, and I've never picked it up to play, but of course during this period I have. The garden's got a bit more attention, the veggie garden, etc. So this is a great time to look for meaning in things around us.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, talk to me about the place you got in Indonesia as well. I mean, we love Bali and the lot. I suppose anyone from Australia, New Zealand loves Bali, but you've got another little place out there, haven't you?
I have. Thanks for asking. So, in 2010, when I was in Singapore, and my main business was only 2 years old, and I was working very hard, I was told about an island in the South China Sea, 160 miles from Singapore, and I was told that an investor was planning to develop a resort. And one thing led to another, and I would end up in a plane, and I was out in the ocean, and suddenly we saw through the clouds this beautiful archipelago of 6 giant islands. I knew from that moment that was a special project.
Wow. Yeah.
And I became involved. And in 2018, we opened Bauer Reserve, BAWAH. And if you check out Bauer Reserve on Instagram, it's an amazing site. But we created an amazing eco resort, which is on its own this lovely archipelago. And then in order to protect the oceans and the lands around that area, we set up a foundation which has really made a big impact on the area. Unfortunately, about a year and a half after it opened, COVID closed everything. And so we're in hibernation at the moment with a skeleton team there. And we're hoping to reopen like most of the world in 2022.
Right.
How cool is that? How far would it be flight-wise from Bali?
So you fly to Bauer via Singapore, and
Okay.
you take a ferry across to a little island off Singapore called Batam, which is Indonesia. And Bauer has its own private seaplane, which takes off from Batam, and it's an hour 20 flight, and you land in the lagoon at the island. So it's a magical experience, only because as I was building it, I spent a lot of time on dodgy boats and all different sorts of adventures to get this constructed. Yeah. So to fly in there on a plane now is really good.
That is so cool. Wow.
Have you met Sarah Blakely?
I haven't met Sarah Blakely. Actually, we talked about Richard Branson before. Sarah is friends with Richard, so 1 degree of separation. And I think we're talking about the same person. This is the lady that founded Spanx, right?
That's the one. Yeah, she just I think she just sold the majority shareholding for it was $1.3 billion or something the other day. It's incredible.
Yeah, look, I'm really interested in Sarah because she's got great energy, and her husband actually is a really interesting guy. He's a Navy SEAL. There's a great book out by him as well. But
he's
Sarah,
very eccentric, isn't he?
Very eccentric. But Sarah, like me, works off to-do lists, so she writes a lot of things down on lists and ticks them off. And she's a very driven person who started the company herself and grew it into a big enterprise.
What are you working on now, mate? Like you've got everything's kind of settled down. I see you're doing a lot of work on yourself, but are you just ticking things over, or are you kind of expanding the empire from the farm?
So I'm really interested in wellbeing, and I'm developing a number of concepts in the wellbeing space. And the most the most interesting is Chapman V, which is essentially bringing together wellness technologies from around the world that are going to change the way we live and work. So these are positive technologies, and so I'm working with founders of these technologies who have good ideas, and what I'm helping do is take them to HR leaders and people in my network. And my network is this MC squared. And so within that network, there's lots of really interesting brains and connections, which we're able to link up around well-being. So I guess my big focus is obviously on trying to be as happy and healthy and well myself, but using that also to create a lot of energy around other people and how we can, because mental health is a real worry and is only getting worse. And I do believe that we can have positive strategies to help combat this.
Are you going to use the metaverse and that type of stuff to get the word out?
Well, look, I think the metaverse is a fascinating concept. I mean, I'm certainly very interested in virtual reality as someone who supports remote working, you know, and people not necessarily being together in human form. But I must say, you know, I'm also a critic of social media and, you know, companies which we are led onto, which could deteriorate our mental health. So this is where I think these platforms are amazing. We as people just need to be disciplined about how we use them.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to also ask you, how do you think our government, how do you think New Zealand has taken on? I mean, you must, you know, people from everywhere, all time zones, everywhere in the world. How do you think we're doing as a country when it comes to handling COVID?
Look, I feel very proud to be in New Zealand. You know, whilst I'm not a citizen, I'm a permanent resident, and New Zealand is very much my home. And you know, that's partly because when I settled here, I had to integrate and be a Kiwi and fit in. So that's why it really feels like my home. When it comes to COVID, I've been studying the world and the trends for some time. So when I look at New Zealand now, and this is only my personal view, I am very pleased with what the country is doing. I think the decisions that are being made are keeping case numbers low, and we are also vaccinating the country to a fast, high level. You know, I'm not bothered whether someone vaccinates or not. My personal preference is that the numbers are as high as possible, because that will reduce the overload on hospital beds and things like that. I guess the real focus right now is to get November done, because hopefully freedoms will start to open up in December, and hopefully then we'll be able to control Delta coming into the country, because it will come in. And if I look at Singapore, which is my other home, you know, they've done an amazing job, but their case numbers now are sort of, you know, above 3,000, and they just have to live with it. So I think that's what New Zealand's going to be in as we come into next year.
Yeah, we've been talking to people with natural remedies as well to booster, like natural boosters off the back of your vaccinations. Yeah.
Look, I think it's an important period to be healthy, and you know, we need to take care of ourselves, both mental health and physical health, and this is the period to concentrate on that. Like, the light is over New Zealand right now, and if you can keep that focus, particularly through this time, you know, obviously, if you get COVID, hopefully you will cope with it, and I guess ultimately we're all going to get it. So it's something we need to be aware of.
Yeah, it's really kind of brought Auckland's economy to the knees. You know, this is all the obvious stuff, but you're right about the mental health.
I'm really looking forward to seeing, you know, businesses reopen. You know, I feel for anyone affected by this, and you know, I think also the mental health of business owners will improve once they can reopen. And of course, we as the public need to support them and behave normally. So really looking forward to seeing that very soon.
Totally. Oh, absolutely. And the schools, we're all looking forward to the schools reopening. The kids are not loving being away from their friends. It's quite sad, actually. Poor wee face.
Look, I think the thing with New Zealand is we were in such an enviable position whilst the rest of the world suffered. And so, you know, we have had the benefit of hindsight of actually learning from a lot of those situations. And what we can say is we're maintaining relatively low case numbers, and with the vaccinations going on, hopefully that stays the case. And if so, we'll be one of the very lucky countries in the world that escapes this without mass destruction on the hospital system.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't deal with that, so fingers crossed.
And that'll be good
Yes.
for your business, especially the farm, right? So when tourists come in, they can stay there. We want tourists to come back.
Yeah, look, I think tourists will come back to New Zealand as soon as we can have them. I mean, New Zealand is a great brand. A lot of people are very interested in the country. Back to the farm. I mean, what we're seeing, particularly in Auckland, the Greater Auckland area, is people wanting to be out in space, and so that's why even Muriwai Beach, I watch the traffic out. There's a lot of people out there, but certainly with my farm, it's a place to be enjoyed by friends and other people, and I'm looking forward to being able to share it with them.
I grew up in the Muriwai camping grounds. Back in the day, we had a little bit of a camp van with members of the Muriwai golf course. I was a local down the shops there. I used to tap the telephone, the public telephone, to make free calls back to Auckland to check on my mates. So yeah, it's a beautiful place, from fishing to big. It was a great place to grow up as a kid anyway. So yeah, love
They've got good little hot chips there, don't they?
Yeah.
They do. That's a great little spot, and I enjoy going down there. I feel very lucky to be part of the community, and I've really watched Muriwai going through a transformation, even in the time I've had the farm.
What do you reckon with your associates and your network overseas? I'm talking Branson level. How do they view New Zealand? Do they think like there is a lot of opportunity here? They must know Rocket Lab, and I hate saying Lord of the Rings and stuff, but we're taken very seriously, right? I mean,
look, people, and I'm not saying anything Kiwis don't know. They're well liked abroad, and that's not just because they've got the badge New Zealand, but this country breeds down-to-earth people with great creativity, and as a result, New Zealand punches above its weight. And it's funny because I'm a citizen of Singapore, which is 5 million people. New Zealand has about 5 million people, and both countries are very special in that regard. So I think New Zealand's profile is only going to rise, and particularly I believe in the technology space, actually, because we are very close to the West Coast time zone in the US, where there's a lot of tech, and with remote working and companies becoming less worried about where people are, I think New Zealand stands to benefit from that, actually.
I think that a lot of well, not a lot, but a fair few people have actually decided to live here and work remotely from some of the bigger tech companies during COVID, actually. Some of the Google guys.
That's right. I mean, obviously, there's New Zealand's a private company, so private country. Sorry, so we also don't know who's here, and also it's heavily restricted when it comes to immigration. So people who want to be here need to, obviously make a contribution. I've been very fortunate to be part of the Edmund Hillary Foundation 8th cohort, which had about 250 entrepreneurs. And this was late last year, but all of these people are trying to get into New Zealand to create businesses here and opportunities for the people. So, I mean, it's really exciting as a country when we can admit new ideas and talent to kind of take this country forward as we head into the next decade.
Is it easy to do business here in New Zealand?
Look, again, this is a personal view and someone who has come into the country, but I think New Zealand is straightforward. I think its problem in the past was its geographic isolation, but I believe that's been changing. And I'm a good example of someone who can relatively effortlessly contribute globally from a country like New Zealand.
Right.
So you're saying you're really into wellness. What part of wellness are you into? That's a part of, I've got 2 businesses in wellness that more in inner wellness and obviously the natural skincare. What part of wellness are you interested in? And have you got businesses in that as well?
Yeah, so I guess Bauer in Asia is a we call it a well-being resort, but a lot of my interests are in people and human resources. So companies that are positively impacting people. But my interest in well-being is really how we keep people engaged and happy and in their jobs and their lives. So any strategies around that are what I tend to be connecting.
Yep. Okay. So sort of mental wellness almost.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm not into making soaps or things like that. I'm not very good at that sort of stuff. But for me, it's all about services and connecting products with and innovation with things that can improve well-being.
Sorry, guys.
Selena says,
my computer back in here. It was
oh,
dying.
you got a bit of a slip there.
I'm in
I
the
apologize.
jungle.
I'm going to have to leave you guys soon because I actually do have a call
No worries.
in Europe. But it's been very lovely talking to you.
Thank you so
no
much.
worries. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for being our guest, and I'd like to meet you one day in real life, and I really appreciate your time tonight.
Oh, I'd love to see you at Muriwai.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the two of you for having the innovation to do this. And again, as I say, I always like to support entrepreneurs and small businesses. So best of luck.
Thank you very much.
So much. Appreciate
it.
Take care.
Thank
you.
you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
He was a nice guy. Shit.
He was lovely. I'm just trying to do this, and this light is making me look like a ghost. What's the
Don't
deal
worry about
there?
it. Don't sweat it.
Ooh, there we go.
I just want to say that he's got that real leader vibe about him, it's kind of like that one of those fair nice guys, seen that TV show Billions? He just seems like the real likable guy.
Which one? Because the main guy was not likable.
No, but he's got the qualities of he just seems very likable. Like I wouldn't mind having dinner at his house.
Sure, for sure. Yeah. I wonder what the cattle do. I wonder if they're like eating cattle or
I don't know. 600 acres. It's got something on there. Hey, also, isn't it weird that we haven't got any Facebook messages tonight?
I think something's going on with the integration there.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Zuckerberg is just rechanged it to Meta, and he's being so meta that he's just sort of deleted half functionality. God. Trying to have us some sort of psychological meltdown.
Thane, do you want to give it another little? Did you get my message? There?
No, my phone's charging the wall around the corner. What is it?
I've actually
I've just started coming in. There you go.
Jamie, nice. Yeah, cool. I've got a public service announcement. The show runs through till 10:30. Maybe 11. So we're hyped. I mean, you guys, what about you, Sophia? Are you going to stick around? Are you going to pop off at 10?
I'm 100% going to leave you.
Okay, so this is sort of how it works. Sophia and Thane will head off at 10ish, but I'll steamroll through into the night shift. How does that sound?
Yeah. Hey, I've got some great news. Sorry, everybody. I've got some great news for you, though. I've got 2 hosts for Thursday and Friday to duo with you, just because they're some of our new hosts. As of next week, we're going to be rolling out shows from 8 to 9. So they're going to give it a go, and you're going to be leading them through. Hey, Jamie, thanks, mate. So I suppose it's all going. We just didn't have anyone from Facebook putting messages through.
I think something's going on. I think it's not linked properly tonight.
Yeah, I do not know. It is bizarre. Some of those points that
the facts, that's what you're here for.
Some of those points were incredible. A lot of those facts that we learned on tonight's show were incredible. A lot of things resonated with me. For example, I wake up at 3:45 a.m. and hike 15 miles before sunrise.
Of course you do.
Then I divide my day up into 5-minute time segments. I microdose 1 milligram of acid and psilocybin mushrooms up to 60 times a day. I practice the ancient Chinese art of Tai Chi, and I have a 510-liter chest freezer, which I fill with ice water, which I use to repair my muscles and cleanse my autoimmune system.
And just like Matt, we respect Matt's regime, and we also respect Benny's regime. Fantastic.
Not as much as Matt's, though.
Yeah.
It resonated with me.
All right, I'm going to push you off now because you're coming up in 9 minutes' time. Is that all right? I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want to wear the gold
Don't
out.
waste you. Don't waste you.
I don't
Hold
blame
on.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't. I don't want to lose the
Nope, you've done it
polish
now. Get rid of him.
on my shine.
Thanks, mate. Hey, but I've tuned in randomly to Benny and talk about one man show. He's like the guy, you know, that
I know.
has got
He doesn't need anyone.
the drum on his back and he's playing the piano
Yes.
and whistling and he's doing
Like
5
the
instruments at
monkey
one
with
time.
the cymbals and the,
Yeah. He
kazoo
keeps-
and one.
Yeah, he's like Gordon Ramsay of Talkback television, that guy. So it's gonna whatever happens, happens. But the good thing with that guy is you know what's gonna happen. So it's a great watch. Jamie, so you should come in if you want to and spend some time with old mate Benny Mack. So we are rolling out new shows as of next week. If you think you'd be a great host of a show and you're not Michelle, then please, just kidding.
We love Michelle.
We love Michelle.
And Michelle, if you do want a show, you can have one. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
You
Just
can
hit
have
us
one,
up.
but you have to talk though.
Yeah.
And you
that's
can't
it.
look at your other computer.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll still be doing the show because I know I can hear everyone worrying. We'll still be here, but we're just adding some shows
Before and after us.
the sandwich. We'll be
Yeah.
the ham, and we'll have the bread on either side.
Isn't it impressive though? Where is Michelle from Evan? Though that's what I want to know. There's no Michelle. And what's her name? Sarah Gilmore.
Hopefully,
Usually there's a hi lovelies. We haven't got that tonight.
That's right.
Yeah. But the thing with the shows isn't it cool how seamless is it? We can just leave and then Ben takes over. That's how seamless this operation is going to get. So I'm very happy about that. The expansion begins, everyone. What are you looking for in a perfect host, Sophia? Eyebrows?
Eyebrows. No, I don't want them taking my my legacy here. No, I think humorous, interesting. I don't know, some keywords there. What else do I enjoy? I like a little bit of weirdness and ability to be vulnerable and make an ass of yourself a little bit. Not as, as a joke, but just kind of, not take it too seriously because that's where you find the joy. That's where you connect in with others. Because if you're sitting there and you're being perfect and you're not having fun, then no one else is going to even bother watching.
Yeah. And when I was on the Zoom today with the ladies, we've got 3 ladies kicking in. They were like, I said, get somebody that you like, trust, love, can have a laugh with, and bring in a co-host so that you can just be relatable. And people, if they can see you having fun and you're quite relaxed with that person, they want to kind of add in and throw in some comments,
I'd say that's accurate. What are you looking for in a host there, Thane?
I'm looking for someone who's funny. I'm looking for someone who's got some good conversation, who actually wants to who can do a serious conversation, he can do a take the piss conversation, and who is at ease talking to anybody and not just ask the same questions I ask. So, how's it going? How was your day today? Like I ask you at the beginning of every show. Rubbish questions.
Yeah.
But I think
pretty bad, but they just get the mood steady and
Yeah. But as you saw in that interview with Matt, you asked some great questions. I ended up asking some pretty good questions. And then it's quite good when you get the kind of the interviewee going, I'm glad you asked that thing. I mean, that guy, he's an expert, isn't he? Throwing our names back at us like that's so charming.
It's communication strategies. Yeah. So, and I think he probably has done a lot of courses on that. Thank you for asking was a key.
That's a good one
that he used, which I will now steal and use for myself. It's extremely professional.
Do you want to drop that into a conversation now? So just like from now, it doesn't have to be straight away, but just try and make that a smooth.
Why don't you ask how my day was?
Okay. What I've always, and what I got from national radio and from other radio stations I worked with, is if you've just joined us, I'm with Sophia Mantell. If you've got a question for her, just send it on the comments and have a little bit of a message. Send us a message and we'll ask her. We'll ask her. Anyways, how's your day going, Sophia?
Oh, thanks for asking, Thane. It's been really good. See, I know your name. I've reiterated that. I've thanked you for your generous
Yeah.
question, and then I've answered your question. You know, one of the tricks is you copy someone's movements. If they're sitting like this, you do that, and then you know, not immediately, but you just sort of mirror them a little bit. It shows that you want to be like them, and that you like them, and blah 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 blah. And then instead of saying, you know, what do you mean? Which is really aggressive. You say, how do you mean? Which means explain more to me, because I want to hear and I'm open to it. Not what do you mean, you idiot?
Yeah, absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Hayden Brown should do a night show. Hayden Brown should do a late night show if you want to do
Come
one.
on, Hayden,
Let us
you
know,
can
Hayden.
do it.
Hey,
Oh, look, my washing in the background. Wonderful.
hey, what's it like working at King's Plant Barn? They've got everything you need, I hear.
Are you making a joke about my top?
Yeah, just looks like one of the ones I saw at King's Plant Barn.
Thanks for asking, Thane. Now,
Yes.
it's actually peony season here at King's Plant Barn. We're selling a lot of pot mix and vegetable seedlings.
King's Plant Barn, everything you need. Yeah, fantastic.
That's all you're going to get on that one from me.
No, it's a great top. You know what? Striking colours like that work with you. This is why the show works, because I mean, obviously you're good looking, and I used to be in radio.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
That's kind of how it works. Yeah. I want to make Vinnie Eastwood cry like Sophia did.
Hayden, that is so sweet.
That's good. Oh well, I mean, that's pretty much us. 3 minutes to go. I've got a big day tomorrow, so.
Where's the next club that you're looking after?
Bouncer. Yeah. Spy bar, miss. Sorry, miss, not tonight. Sorry, miss. Too casual, eh?
I believe you mean. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking, miss. Don't go anywhere. We've got another hour coming up. That we do, everybody.
Yes.
I'd love to do a show with Benny Mack. Jamie, you can do a show with Benny Mack.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Link it up.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, that sounds fantastic. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing a nice necklace that sits at about this level.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? Do you think? That level.
What kind? Like gold, pearls? What do you think?
Gold. I only wear gold jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Nicolene Cuffs is great. Looky.
Thanks, Mum.
It's your mum. Classic hits.
Oh, Mum. Now I hope I've been polite then, because my mum's been watching you didn't even tell me.
No, that was very sneaky of her.
Very sneaky. She's a bit of a sneaky one, isn't she? She's cheeky, my mum.
Yeah, she is.
She's very good.
Looks like I'm about to try and take a passport photo, isn't it? Like, no, too much of a smile. Open your eyes up a little.
Chin down.
Chin down.
Yep. Tuck your ears in.
Yeah. Oh, look at my little ears poking out like that. They're only just making it, getting past the cheeks.
Honey has those. Honey has those too. Mine are more like elves' ears, or fairies' ears or something.
You do have a nice tan thing. Reminds me of Kevin Barry.
Who's Kevin Barry?
Kevin Barry, isn't that the guy, the manager of the boxer, David Tua's boxer? Yeah, Kevin Barry.
Yeah.
He's got an epic toupee. And
that could be you.
Nah. No way. I just shaved today too. What do you reckon?
Barry, and you just whack on that little toupee when you go to your gigs.
Yeah.
Imagine you with like just a little furry toupee on the front. That'd be great. I'd love to see Benny make a little toupee for you.
Oh, hey, Rick, can you throw me those keys over there with a little furry thing? Maybe I could. Here we go.
Oh yeah, I see what you. Lovely.
Too small.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's us. We'll see you tomorrow night. We've got Bomber Bradbury on from 9 o'clock. We've got also a woman from Australia.
Mia from Moxie, which is a feminine hygiene company. She is so cool, Thane. She is so lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And she is very good in business. She does not muck around.
Okay,
and I can't wait to talk to her.
We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. We'll leave you with Benny Mack. Talking smack with Benny Mack is next. Don't go away. Talkback with Thane and Sophia wants to put you in the draw for a box of Lover Pie pies. Here's the incentive. We want to grow this beautiful community. All you got to do is share the show. Share the show on Facebook. One share is one entry into a delicious box of Lover Pie pies that will draw this Friday.
Yeah. What's good? Welcome to Talking Schmack with your brother Benny Mack. We're here live for another hour of Talkback. It's 10 to 11. It's the 10 to 11 slot. I suggest you call in right now because the lines are open. That's for dang sure. Yes, viewers, call now. This is your chance to be a guest on the freaking live show. I'd appreciate if you did that. Otherwise, I don't have a damn show. And I'll jump off a damn cliff. I'll jump off a damn cliff. That's for damn sure. Irregardless, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We've had a really motivational show. There's nothing I like to do more than actually either psyching myself up if I've just psyched myself out. See how that works? Sometimes there's a challenge, there's an objective that you want to, there's a goal point that you want to ascertain. You've got the vision, you've got to formulate a correct plan, and I'm going to formulate a plan right now. I'm going to add some background music, and I'm thinking we listen to a little future. How about you guys listen to a little future pop? But I don't know if you guys are down with the old futuro poppage, but we can easily. I've got a switch. They've built a switch into the damn system. It's like when Papa used to say, "Go outside and fetch me a damn switch. I'm gonna give you a good old-fashioned ass whipping." Now this is more of a. Oh, maybe that was the end of the loop. I don't know. Maybe it was buffering. Hopefully you guys are reading this broadcasting transmission loud and clear. Mad times indeed. Oh, you wanna this guy. You wanna get involved, buddy? Rayan Layston? What does that even mean? What does that name even mean if I was to use sort of phonetic English and try and understand the meaning of your name? Rayan, it's like a ray, Rayan, or Rayand, and this Layston word, I'm figuring that out real quick. Layston, I had it. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to figure out the meaning of your name. Now, shout out to Selenia Spain, or Selenia Spain. She's in the chat room. She's in the chat room along with almost 170 others. Wow, the biggest show to date. Obviously, someone paid a Indian spy farm. An Indian spy farm. We've got a caller on the show. Your screen is tiny. I could fix that, and I will. Get boosted with the mullet. How's everything going at your neck of the wood, man? We seem to be undergoing a slight technical difficulty. Are you able to adjust the? We'll be back with that caller much shortly. What happens is the 4G actually is very, very powerful. at this area where he's broadcasting from, and he's got very long hair, and the 4G particles get caught up in his mullet. Cutting to you, mullet man. Mullet man, mullet man. Are you there? Mullet man, show us your hair. Oh, there you are. Absolutely spectacular. And if you were able to change your phone into this orientation, not this. Yeah, now you're talking. Okay, we're going to add another caller to the broadcast, another live stream regular, one of the goon squad, as I like to call it. The old mate Hayden, how you doing, buddy?
Hey mate, how you going? And I've got to say that's a very nice mullet.
Oh yeah, the mullet. I thought you were going to compliment the head. I'm looking for compliments. Clearly, I'm a vulnerable individual. I'm hunting for anything that I can get. But the mullet, yeah, you're right. The mullet's good. The hat's good. You're looking good. It's been a fucking hell of a show. And what do you guys reckon? Did you guys learn anything?
The Melbourne Cup.
Oh, the Melbourne Cup. My horse was in the lead. And what happened was, out of nowhere, like a shot out of fucking hell, a bolt of lightning came out and shot up the horse's ass, and it fell down, and that's the one they had to drag off on the back of the Holden Ute and shoot in the head. But that happens every year. That happens every year. It's all part of the entertainment, you know.
But imagine if Jacinda Ardern said, "I'm sorry, guys, I just lost $140 million of New Zealand's money.
What you
I
mean?
put it on the wrong horse."
Yeah, right. So she gambled the rest of the COVID relief budget on the fucking.
Are we gonna have to stay in lockdown for a few more weeks? I'll just put $500 million on.
Incredible. 500 milli. She went there, and man, oh man, it might have paid off. I don't know. So hey, did you get involved with any of the gambling, or did you just sort of let it slide?
We had a sweepstake at work.
Okay.
But I got a $101 shot.
101. Okay. Now, so you weren't successful in your quest, unfortunately.
Not in the horse racing, nah.
Not at that junction. Now, tell us about the successful quest that you've just ascertained and sort of like alluded to.
Oh, I sold a car today.
Oh, okay, go on. Like, tell us about that. How did that sale go for you? What was the item?
A Ford Ranger.
Oh, you've moved on the Ford Ranger. Okay, cool. What year are we looking at there?
No, I sell cars. That's my job.
Oh, okay, was it a new model?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a 2022. 2022. Current.
No, we're still in 2021.
Aren't they always like years ahead of this? Aren't we trying to put out years ahead and say that you're buying into the future, or are we selling you old shit? How are you running your business? Come on, man, you've got to get these guys on the fucking sales pitch.
Oh yeah, I should have told him it was a 2022.
It's a 24, you know. It's the 24. It's the new look. It's got the fucking new eyeballs.
It's here in front of you. It's here in front of you. You can buy
it's in the flesh.
But it's a 2022.
Yeah. We got them through because I know people at the factory. They've given us the new badges. We stuck them on by hand. We used a white glove. We've got more here. Cars from the future, selling them in the past, making the profit in the past, but profiting in the now, but also in the short term and the long term future.
And I always give them a fist bump at the end, and I go POM.
Yeah, and you say
Filipino lives matter.
Yeah, what's that? Filipino lives matter. Of course they do, because they are very good at working for you and doing a great job.
The Ford Ranger has a 3.2 liter engine. The Ford Ranger also has the Ford Raptor.
It is packing something punchy under the hood. Okay, so Mullet Man, what is happening at your neck of the woods, or even what is happening on your neck?
What are you eating?
Okay, so we've actually, Malito Man, we are experiencing audio malfunction at your end, unfortunately. So that's something we'll need you to address, because we are having audio technicalities in your vicinity. So are you able to run a sound check, or are you actually trying to have that sandwich in such a healthy way that you'd hate to be interrupted in a real way?
Hey, just before you check that audio, Benny, can you ask him if he's double vaccinated?
One moment, caller. Oh, Singy. He's a Singy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
mate, what's happened to your audio? Get boosted with the mullet. Can you unplug and replug in your headphones? And then also check the mute. Is there a mute? Is your mic muted on your thing? Oh, mate, now this is riveting live drama. This is actually what you'd see if you called a call center. This is what the call center sees in the mind's eye of the guy that's actually trying to figure out that techie shit for you. No, it's not working. Do you want to just try and head off? Head off.
This could be an Australian TV show.
Like, as opposed to head on, which is what your mullet is. So head off and fix your audio, if you would, my brother. Maybe just join and rejoin, plug and unplug, and rinse and repeat. So yeah, brother. So have you rescued any more exotics? Any more wild animals?
They should do a TV show about that guy, like Australian truckers, and they'd be like, Carl's about to go. He's a Wollongoliner, and he's about to go to Caboolture, but he's got to have 7 cheeseburgers on the way. And then they just show him in the cab eating 7 cheeseburgers. And that's 5 minutes.
I think that could be a time-lapse montage. You could have one of those big gulp things there. Hey, how's your audio going there? Get it, GB with the M.
And he's got to watch out by the.
We're going to bring him through. I'm going to bring him through. I'm just going to go there and just risk the biscuit.
Sorry.
GB. Oh, GB with the M. How do you feel? You're live on the show.
Yeah, have he's got me now?
Oh, not only have we got you, you've got us, mate, and that makes a world of difference.
That's what we want. Yeah,
it's making a world of difference for the broadcast.
So we're single vaccinated. I heard that, and then I reset the browser, and it seems to be better now.
Oh, it's totally better, and that looks like it is a triple bologna rye bread with the pop ganache goulash.
Yeah, so we got this bread. So you're right, because we're on a diet.
Oh, are winning.
We got the sausage. Sorry, my lighting. This truck's fucking shit for the lighting.
Sausage.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting times.
I want to know, what cars do you sell? Other than a Ranger.
Well, that's a brilliant question.
I
think we can get you an answer for that.
I work for Mazda, but I can sell Ford as well.
Oh, yeah. Or the rotary. Apparently there's a new rotary coming out.
Yeah, it's coming back next year.
Oh, I love it. Is it going to make those cool noises and do good skids?
Yeah, for sure. You get an Aussie behind the wheel, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm actually a Honda man, but forgive me. You wouldn't think so with the mullet, but anyway, that's something about the VTEC when I was 15 that grabbed me.
Clearly the Honda is a far superior car, isn't it? The mullet does it all. The sound of the mullet, the sound of the VTEC.
Yeah.
Saw him in the mullet. I actually thought Honda.
Oh, absolutely. It just reeks of all things sort of Honda.
You see that haircut in Honda.
It's an exciting car because not only is it economical, it's nifty, it's fun to drive, and for every car they sell, they'll plant a tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Japan's getting
probably 2 trees.
Yeah.
what we
Yeah,
need to start doing is we need to start creating a group of people that are vaccinated but only just once.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
flood the
weak
Herald.
immune system, sort of weaken vax people. So weakos.
Yes.
Weakos.
Actually,
And then we
I
start
gotta-
flooding the Herald's Facebook messages saying, I've only got vaccinated once and I'm fine.
yeah.
Okay, so
well,
we've got someone in the chat, and they're asking a serious question. They're trying to get to the bottom of it. You don't see a number nor a link, Amber. You've been let down by the system. You've been let down by the system. I'm afraid to say that's part of the risk. That's part of the risk of living in a community.
Why do you keep calling me Takashi?
there's something quite fun though about only being vaccinated once. I had to get my truck serviced the other day, and she was pretty hot, I might add. The lady, the office lady, she's like,
Oh, the
Have you
burping.
been
This is the
single or
burper
double
from last
vax?"
night.
And then I was like, single, and she just gave me this really dirty look, and she didn't know what to say. And then our driver's room's over there, so then I went and sat in the driver's room. But I felt like I was being judged on my life decisions to only have one, you know?
Yeah. Did she give you a hand job or?
No, that was... Yes. No, I wish, but yeah, the wife probably wouldn't be too happy about that.
No, but like you can tell the wife it was only a hand job.
I love that.
Okay, well, we're going to move right along because this is a full.
not cheating if
this
it's
is
a
a
hand
this is a
job.
family-friendly show, and I tell you, there's nothing better than paying for a $30 rub and tug down at the local massage. But I must say, different time in a different place. We will discuss that
$30. Where are you getting
on
yours
the
from?
after party. $30. Oh yeah, it is very ecological and great for the environment. I can attest to that 100%. Okay, so we're just going to cut through our.
And did I plant a tree?
Yeah, we
Sorry,
planted trees. Hey, look, classic Kiwi and far north here, and they're bloody over it. I hear you. I hear that sentiment 100%. And of course, what about this sentiment? Call now. Boom.
Benny,
Yeah,
what you should
brother.
do with the three of us, I think a perfect song would be if you play The Boys Are Back in Town.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. But
Thin
unfortunately,
Lizzy.
here's the bad news. Not only will they strike us, they'll try and take our assets. They'll do some sort of forfeiture, some sort of seizure. I'll have a fucking seizure. I'll be frothing from the mouth. They'll be going through my wallet trying to fucking expunge me of all my fucking assets for fucking playing the hit song from the 90s TV show Beach Boys, The Boys Are Back in Town.
Now, what? Sorry to interrupt you, but I just was wondering there.
I was done.
What traffic light are you running at the moment, and what alert level are you on? And it get any more confusing over there?
All I can tell you, buddy, is I'm just running the lights. And I'm just hoping there's no red light camera, because I'm fucking
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Like,
and maybe Hayden, maybe you could extrapolate on that. What are we doing? Or what are you doing?
Pretty much the whole country is in what we call a Mark Lundy. So no one knows what's going on. You can go as fast as you want at the traffic lights, but you're going to get fucked at the end of it.
yeah, that's about the same here, I guess.
There you go, guys. Well put, well put. That's your opinion, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts of the show, or the producers of the show, or the sponsors of the show, and also any mention of any characters, living or dead, fictitious or real, and any names mentioned are completely coincidental and have no relevance or bearing on real life in this universe
what are you
or
actually
any
eating?
other universes. Thank you. That's a disclaimer. Very thorough disclaimer for the statement you just made there about the fucking Lundy fucking massa. Anyway, we're gonna go to chat. What have we got here? Hayden Speck. Oh, classic Kiwi. Do you know who this is? Do you know who this classic Kiwi character is?
No.
A real troublemaker. A real troublemaker in the chat. Yeah. So what are you doing, mate? Are you counting your loose change there? How much you got? Are you counting your pie money?
Yeah. Well, there's my. I don't know. I've just stolen all the. Yeah, stolen all the. Can you see that? Where's the camera?
Yeah.
Stolen all the golds out of it, and we got that pretty well. Full of 20s, but yeah.
Oh, well, that's really impressive.
So there's the cool Aussies. They got to have a small $2 and a big one. If that's a symbol of something else there. Yeah. So here we go. Here's the.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, here's the.
They're living in a $2
and there's the $1. So yeah, we forgot to get a can of Coke.
Beautiful
Australian
dollars.
So you're kind of, if you're blind, theoretically, if you're blind, they're ripping you off. Very sad.
Yeah. And here's the funny.
I guess someone would tell you, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Here's the funny thing. Right.
The pokies know what Cooney does.
Yeah. Do you want to know the funny thing? Because I'm on the Queensland, New South Wales. In New South Wales, you have to wear a mask everywhere. But because we're on the border, we don't have to wear it. We're in Queensland. I don't have to wear a mask till I get to Brisbane. So clearly COVID doesn't... It can't jump the state line. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But you can't jump the state line.
Thing. Something that you bring up there is like, you don't see too many bogans with COVID.
No, yeah, we're immune to it. You know, it's the mullet, so I'll just use the mullet mask. Don't know if you can see that. It's a bit dark.
It's very smart. It's very innovative. And
they
that's
never
also
talk about
very carbon neutral.
COVID at Metallica concerts.
Yeah.
No COVID. Something
Metallica
about
concerts are COVID free.
Hey guys, guess what? We've got
walk.
Selenia Spain here. Should we bring her on through, guys? Selenia Spain. She is basically the guest booker of the show. She's the intern. She's basically the intern. No, she's not como. She's not como T. She's not como estas. It's all sort of me no español.
Como te llamas?
Me no español. Yeah, como te llamas. Everybody, hey, Selenia Spain. Welcome to the show, Selenia.
Hola.
¿Cómo está?
You got some new headphones today?
No, I'm using these, but
That sounds pretty good. No,
that sounds better.
Pretty good.
I got like headphones for Africa. Everywhere.
Have you considered sending any of your tech devices that you don't use actually over to Africa, standing by your words and making a difference?
Well, I love African music, and I think like African kids love music because they're like marinated in music, really, aren't they?
I love African kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna set you. We're gonna make. That's part of. Maybe
I'm
you
the
should write this
intern.
down. Selene, you're
Yeah.
down. You're the intern. Write this
Yeah.
down.
I've got a pink Sharpie.
We're gonna do a surplus tech drive. Okay, surplus. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it surplus tech drive.
How's it going, mate?
Technology.
We forgot the can of
That's what we'll
Coke.
call it. We'll call it technology for
So there you
Africa.
go. You can put the 50 cents in there, eh?
Selena,
I
you
could
got
probably do
any?
a playlist for that.
Gotta help.
We'll need to
kids.
get an
Selena, you got
actual
any good team?
horse trailer and
team
throw all
name
this shit in
bands?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to raid
Yeah. I
my
think we
coins
should do.
after it. Yeah,
Jamie, stop talking.
You got any
And
good
it can be
bands from
it can be
Kenya?
sponsored by this guy. Write this down the bottom. White African Space Cries to Catch You
Interesting.
69. That's who can sponsor that whole. What's it called? What was the name of it again? Did you get the name?
The
What
name.
was the whole? What was the whole title name?
You said tech for Africa.
Yeah, but what was?
Oh, there's
what
a
was
song
the first
in
one?
that.
Was it like Surplus Tech Drive or
Surplus
something?
Tech Drive. Yeah, that's the sort of
Surplus Tech
One of the
Drive.
big ones.
Did you write that down?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. Okay, my mind's not playing tricks on me. I was worried that you didn't get the main thing down. You got the main thing down because remember to keep the main
Yeah.
thing the main thing.
And we
Okay,
could send we could send Christmas presents to kids.
okay, Selena
Yeah.
Spain, let's find out what Get
Okay,
Busted
sorry.
with the Mullet just got from the shop.
Okay.
What's a
Cutting to
good
you.
Christmas
we got-
present?
we got 2 cans of Coke for $4.50. So I feel a bit ripped off, but anyway,
You
it's
got
all right.
molested.
but
You
I
got
was just-
molested by Coca-Cola Corporation.
Yeah, I
my
probably shouldn't
friend.
drink it, but anyway, it's going to be a long night. Hey, there's one of my mates. It's going to be a long night tonight. So anyway, well, I was thinking there's a Weezer song in Tech for Africa, isn't there? I don't know quite how it would
you
go.
could
Leave
be
it with
right.
me, and I'll come back to you on that one.
Okay, that's going to be exciting. We've got a song. We have actually
Tomorrow night, I'll come back with
Selena
you
Spain,
tomorrow
we're
night.
back. Just so you know, exciting times. I might need you to write this down as well, if you can, Selena Spain. We're curating a song. We're going to have a #1 hit song.
Hey, Selena Spain.
Spain.
Selena Spain. Can you give me
Spain.
some artists, some Somalian hip hop?
Somalian. Oh, I've finished my break, so and I'm gonna lose coverage when I get just up here for the next 2 hours. So I'll say good night.
Oh well, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That's not going to
Yeah,
work
I know.
for us. Because
I
our
blame
broadcast
SCO, mate.
hasn't been. Look, you're going to actually have to put me through to the union rep because this is against your work ethics. Because you just me too'd me, and I feel sort of all fucking vulnerable, and we need to keep you on because you're a winner. And we're going to try and manipulate
tomorrow
you
night.
through the legal outlet. You got to go.
Oh, yeah. And tomorrow night I'll come back with you with a Win for Africa song because I feel like this. But before I go, do you want my
Okay,
best
cool.
Mike
There's definitely
Whitney?
a song in there.
You want my Mike Whitney?
Yeah, keep
impersonation?
listening to this. Keep listening to
I'm a
the
big-
show.
I'm a big Mike
Yeah, g'day,
Whitney
mate.
fan.
Mike, it's your old mate Mike Whitney here, and we have got
Yeah.
a fucking deal for you tonight on Who Dares Wins. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fucking make someone jump, fucking off a high-rise building. First person to touch the ground wins, and we'll fucking give you $50.
All right, here's my one.
That's
See,
right.
tell us who's better. Hi, I'm Mike Whitney. Welcome to Who Dares Wins, the show where we can dare you do something you never thought you could, should, or would do. And tonight, Tanya's going to dare you to jump off this 2-story building, and she'll give you a 50. Thanks, Mike. Over to you.
I fucking love it. Yep. Okay. We're gonna need you to. We're gonna need you to work that in.
do
Okay. Tech for Africa.
Yeah.
You know.
My name's Mike Whitney. He's got through the sharks and the crocs, but he's still got to watch out for them whirlpools. We'll get you Kenya After this.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I
What
lost
about
my
Selena
train of
Spain?
thought
Have you got
halfway
any?
through, but
Hi,
Selena Spain,
I'm like.
yours?
Okay. Hi, I'm like Whitney. Welcome to Who Dares Wins. Dare, double dare, or physical challenge. Come on, let's go.
Fucking awesome.
the
All
best one.
very good. I think we all did an amazing job.
Great innovations, guys. There.
Thanks.
I'll leave you.
Okay.
We all
Look,
brought
we have
something
got
to the game.
we've got chat for Africa. Takeshi69 in the chat, and
How
boom.
do
What have we got here? What have we got? This. Can someone read that for me?
inclusion? Oh, should I read?
He's taking it easy.
Yeah.
I'll
Cleanliness
talk
and
to you
expect
tomorrow night.
wonderful display of representing the values of Talkback with Thane
Oh,
and
Ember's
Sophia.
going to join.
Don't worry, I found the email to the link to join. Thanks.
Wow, the link was found. Yeah, the inclusion, kindness, and respect. I didn't write that. But yeah, you know, we're supposed to be,
Hang on
we're
to it.
supposed to abide by those core values and ethics. But
Right.
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't
think
in on the
Amber-
core ethics and values meeting.
Mm.
I
Amber,
didn't agree to
like,
this.
capital H, and then little h, little h.
Look,
She
I
knows
treat
what
this
she's
as
talking about.
yeah, little H. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. Oh, what about the tile depot ad?
Don't
So
know.
many tiles in the tile depot.
Can you do it? Can you do it, Selena?
Oh, I don't. I need to hear it first before I can perform.
Oh, well,
Racist.
you
Tile,
went like
tile
you went
depot.
low. Well, yeah,
Oh.
you clawed it back. With good
Tile
thinking on your feet there.
depot.
Yeah, I mean, all you had to do was try and copy me and just and make good. I think you did, and that's what you did.
Yeah.
You good
Yeah,
thinking on your feet.
I'm
You know, working under pressure, right? Working under a slave driver, cracking the whip. Write
Yeah.
this down. I'm a genius.
get back on
Okay,
sweatshop.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hayden, do you know the ad, the tile depot one?
So many tiles, they're tile depot.
Ooh,
I'm
out of
convinced
tune.
that you don't know the ad, Hayden, and you were just going off my rendition because that was so jacked. You sounded like an actually old Italian man that had actually been on his knees laying tiles in pain.
I love tiles.
Tiles are great. What's the main problem with the tiles is if you crack a tile,
What?
you have to smash the shit out of it and remove it.
You
And
crack
get
a
another
tile,
one
you
and put
gotta
it
go buy
there.
some more.
And you actually need a match. You need a matching tile. Selenia, Spain. Have you ever cracked a tile?
She's cracked
Well,
Don't lie, Selena Spain.
yeah, well, like bathroom tiles, kitchen tiles.
Yeah, did you ever
What?
drop like a jar of Dolmio on the tiles in the kitchen and
Of
cracked one?
course. Yeah, of course. I
Okay, so
I drop
Selena
things all the
Spain.
time. It's so clumsy. Yeah.
Okay,
Just-
super clumsy. Yeah.
You're trying to pay your bookie
we
back,
thought
your TAB, and you've dropped pasta sauce all over your tile.
Yeah, there's nothing
I-
worse. Can I just quickly say, years ago, waitressing in Palmerston North, I had this brand new Adidas or
You're
Adidas.
taking your face off.
No?
Yeah, you're like Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. You've taken your face off the video.
I'm not, because
You're taking your
I
face
lose
off
control
like
of
that
it, so
video,
I'm
like
not.
that movie.
Well, no, it should all be functioning. If it's not,
Maybe it's your end.
yeah, it might be your
Anyway.
end, Hayden. But anyway, let's just let her complete her story. Where were you? Where were you, Selenia, Spain?
Okay. Just rewind back to, I don't know what year, maybe like early 2000s, waitressing with for a gay couple at a restaurant, beautiful restaurant, Palms North, and had these brand new Adidas sneakers, and I was doing the lunch hour, and Carl, the chef, would just whip out these gorgeous pastas, bolognese, whatever. So it was sort of Italian Pacific Rim restaurant. Anyway, I just dropped a bowl on my shoes, and we just looked at each other. We said nothing, and it's like, oh fuck. yeah. So the shoes are a little bit.
Highly unfortunate, Selena, Spain. Very unfortunate what happened there. I got a brand new. Do you remember when all the girls were wearing white pants? Probably about 20 years ago, it was all the rage. I wanted to try it out. I thought it looked good. I thought it would look great on a man. I'd been out the night before quite late. I'd actually had about a dozen double brown beers and a big beef vindaloo, and I needed to go to the loo and have a double brown, but I didn't quite make it, and I changed the color of my tight white pants to a pair of khakis. I looked like I was wearing khaki slacks. Not as bad as you destroying your shoes.
Yeah.
But I tell you.
But those white pants, they were like.
And
even this is so tight
They used to look hot on chicks.
Some of them are just so unflattering, I think, on girls.
Some of them were
no
flattering.
offense, girls who wear white pants, but
like some.
But yeah,
some
white parties or white parties,
yeah.
and like all the white clothes would glow at the raves. So.
Yeah, Selena, Spain, we've got a message there on the screen for you if you wanted to read that one.
Bowl of pasta on shoes. Never happened to me.
Classic Kiwi, I believe, is quite entertained.
Yeah, I like those Kiwis.
I actually, I used to work at a supermarket, and I was working with some jars of food. I'm not going to give you too many detailed points.
I'll find out
because you're going to try and talk to my former employers. You're going to try and look through my employment records. You're going to try and find my fucking family physician and ask about my time and date of birth and other fucking.
I already know when you were born.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, just hold that thought. This is our resident fucking maniac. And anyway, this is a show of friendliness, kindness, and inclusion.
Spain.
And it's actually a safe. This is actually.
Talking you, mate.
We're trying to make this place
friendly.
This
is the way we interact with each other. We kind of tease each other and put each other down, and it's.
No, we talk in half truths, you know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to drop a few hints
I'm trying to drop
a hilarious way.
But you're not listening. It's like, hello, is it too soon to talk about the Barbados trip?
No, I'm hearing you. I hear everything you say. Yeah. I hear every thing you say. But ladies and gentlemen, if a man pursued a female on this level, it would be considered rape.
Good games. But tell us about the Barbados trip, Selena.
Oh no, as the resident stalker, I mean, it's probably too soon to be arranging all the details because we're not out of lockdown yet. And the borders I need to them, but Penny and I are gonna. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I won't tell them.
Unfortunately, no. This is not improv. This is all too real. This is late night talkback, and this is real talk.
Yeah, they're curious.
I like telling jokes. Yeah. I like telling jokes, but they're all not ha ha. Some of them are a bit.
This is 2ZB, mate. This is 2ZB.
Mystery FM.
So yeah, this is our resident stalker. She's trying to plan a trip for herself, and God knows her to fucking Barbados. Christ knows I'm never going there. I don't want to get stuck in the goddamn Bermuda Triangle. I got better things to do. Sounds like some kind of fucking. Sounds like she's trying to snare me in some sort of harpoon trip.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be one of those banged up abroad situations where she sticks fucking a stack of cocaine up my arse and dubs me into the local authorities, and I spend fucking the next quarter of my life in a gulag fending off
100%.
oppositions
She's
with
getting a lot
a
into the African music.
aluminium baseball bat and
Wow,
some sort of
that's
improvised
good
hand
spiel.
shank.
Great spiel.
Yeah,
You
it
feel
could keep
better?
going.
You feel better
It could keep going.
after that.
It was all true. It was improvised, but it was all true.
Why?
It could
Oh, okay. I'll just cry and leave now because like it's like 2 against
No,
1 here.
Look, Selenia, Spain. You know, I've been, you know, I've been let down before. I've been rejected before. You know, it hurts. You know.
Yeah.
I made changes. You know, I became a better person. You know. You know what I did? I went out and proved them wrong. You know what? I put on 80 pounds.
Nice.
You know,
Can
I
ask
proved
you,
them wrong.
Selena,
I said, look at me now.
What?
Look at my body now.
Selena, what kind of animals do you get into?
Benny, can you please intervene? What do you mean? Like, I like nature.
What kind of
birds.
animals would you keep if you had an opportunity
Weird
to
question.
rear animals? If you had an opportunity to become an exotic or just any sort of even like bullshit animals,
Like, if you could have
Oh,
any animal, what animal would you have at your house?
and breed them.
Well,
Because we're talking to Selby the other day about being rich. And I was like,
CB.
if I'm rich, I'm going to have a moat. Okay?
Yeah. What are you
With
going to
a
keep it in, mate?
drawbridge. And in the moat, we're going to have crocodiles and sharks
oh, cool. Yeah.
and flamingos.
Sounds
Flamingos.
legit.
And a lot of people don't know this about flamingos, is they actually survive in the wild with crocodiles and sharks.
And there's something really amazing about seeing flamingos in the wild as opposed to seeing them in a zoo. No offense to
100%.
the flamingos in
And
the
when
zoo.
my drawbridge is up, you won't be able to get into my house, Selena.
Oh, no,
What
yeah.
if you've
No,
got
I
a
don't need to
boat?
get to your house. I don't need to get to your house. I need to get to Benny's house. Okay? We clear?
Well, I'm going to be staying at Hayden's, so you better figure something
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
He's going to stay at
Yeah,
mine.
yeah. I'm staying over at Hayden's.
Okay.
I don't feel safe. I feel threatened from toxic femininity.
Okay.
It's a thing.
There's
They
nothing
say
wrong with
only
two
us
boys staying
men can
together
be
at a house that's got a
masculine. I
moat.
don't believe it.
So we're talking over each other. What?
It's my show. We can talk over each other. It's part of the excitement of the moment. It really
So
is.
what animals are you into?
Well, I admire marine life. There you go.
Come on, you
Yeah,
can
but once
elaborate on that.
Okay.
Feel free to elaborate on that.
Well, dolphins, whales, seahorses, starfish, like all the creatures of the sea. I'm definitely a sea person.
Okay, so if you could keep an animal at your house, you'd keep like a fucking whale or a dolphin
We
or
just got
something, or
a
an otter.
fact from Fuck Ski Mask. He's a cuck. He said,
Wow. Oh yeah, that's true. Just 1 second. I'm just gonna refresh you. Okay, Hayden.
Oh, phew.
Yeah, consider yourself refreshed. Okay, so what happened is Ski Mask a cuck? Where does
Fuck
it say
Ski
that?
Mask, he's a cuck. He said,
Oh
fun
yeah, that's
fact
one of
about
the other
flamingos,
streamers.
you can
That's
actually
alright.
kick them in the nuts and it won't affect them.
Oh, really? That's phenomenal. Right.
Save energy by just standing on one leg.
But how did they actually come up with this? How did they find this out?
The thing is, there's different levels of being affected. I mean, it might not affect them in the sense that they fucking grab their balls and go, "Oh fuck, you kicked me in the nuts," but they might be affected, like they might tip over.
But you never hear from flamingos when they're in pain.
Well, I think they usually just fly off.
You know
They
how
might
they're
fly off and cross their legs.
you know they're like
David
they're all the same.
Wait one
pig.
second. Wait 1 second. We've got a new guy in chat. David J. O'Connor.
Do you know it?
What a legend. Hey,
He's
oh,
waving.
oh,
I'm a
oh,
big
yeah, here we
fan of
go.
flamingos.
Yeah, I see that one. That's that one you were talking about, eh? Fuck ski mask, he's a cuck.
What is
Yeah, that was
Wow.
his name. Fuck ski
But
mask.
it's one of the other
I think he's
streamers.
talking about the ski mask, the slum dog ski mask. Is he talking about ski
Nah,
mask?
he's talking about ski mask Andy. He's another one of the streamers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's part of a
He's talking
wider
about a
network.
rapper, because the other guy's called Takashi69, and the
Yeah.
other. And
Is he a
did
rapper?
with a guy called
I've
Ski
just
Mask.
stolen the rapper's
He
name.
is. Hey, Selenia Spain.
Yeah.
What's on your back wall there behind you? That looks like some sort of fine art that you've got happening there for yourself.
That is Faye Dunaway in the photo shoot. The night before, she won an Oscar for, I can't remember which film, but this is the photo shoot at the famous Hollywood hotel.
Now, Selenia
Newspapers.
Spain, is there any chance of you taking us for a tour?
Not in
Taking
this
us
dump.
for
No way. In this
tour.
house. No way.
Of
Why am
your
I
house.
shouting? In this
Now,
house.
we heard that you were staying at a inner city hotel,
Who do you hear that
and
from?
that's what they're saying, that you've been put
Who?
up
New Zealand
In the
government.
press
by the government. The New Zealanders have put you up
Oh, yeah.
in some sort of
yeah.
5-star, and we want to figure out why you're living large at the
I'm
top of the
not.
fucking Millennium Tower on my dime.
I'm not
And
living
to figure
large.
that out, we've got Recap Dave.
Not living large at all.
Oh shit, he's gone Recap.
Oh,
Oh, no, Recap.
Well, I can
Poor
tell
guy.
from that wine
We
it's
love
not
him.
a
Puma,
Jacob
Hayden.
Craig.
Puma's dead.
It's
We're
expensive.
going to bring him
bottle of
back
wine.
soon. Hey, I'm just going to see if I can refresh the system, because we're having a slight anomaly there from
Got a question.
Hayden. Check. Have we got vision? Yeah, Selenia Spain, you go right ahead there. We'd like to take your opinion.
If I wanted to bring up a song, how would I screen share that on here? If I played it in the tab, like the neighboring tab.
Were you going to play the song, or like were you going to play the
Yeah,
song with the guitar,
it's-
or how we? what
No,
were you
it's
gonna
a
play?
song I can look it up on like Spotify or.
One of those
Okay.
African bands, or-
Unfortunately, that would
Lola.
be
You're gonna play
highly
some Somalian
unacceptable.
hip-hop, weren't you?
Playing a song on this broadcast would be against your privileges as an
Yeah,
intern.
copyright,
You'd
yeah,
actually be leading us into some sort of copyright. You'd be leading us down the garden path to a copyright litigation. We can't afford that. We don't have the kind of legal team or defense team.
Can I just say, Benny, that
Sony Corporation is a huge company.
Yeah, no, I always had an interest in being like an entertainment lawyer, but obviously I always have these crazy dreams never come true. Anyway, but I got this copyright, not a strike, it's a copyright claim, because I just started.
Oh, well,
this
you were
YouTube-
fucked.
Oh, no, it's not actually that bad. It's not. It's
Okay,
not-
well, guess what? Guess who knows all about the subject that you're talking about?
It's Recap Dave.
It's Recap Dave.
Yeah.
Recap, can you stay around this time?
Yeah, I can.
We are blessed.
Lena,
my
what
guy.
do you
We are
think of
blessed.
Puma, his cat?
Lovely cat.
Are you posing? Are you
Lovely.
posing next to a national mini storage box?
Probably, yeah. No, it's not a national. Yeah, it's a national storage. Yeah, it is.
National storage box is proudly sponsoring
that's the
Recap
Kiwi.
Dave.
That's the key wants to know who Ski Mask is.
Oh, mate, it's so good to have you back. We were wondering where you'd been. We wanted to know that you were well. We are now resting assured that you were alive and well and kicking.
I haven't
and-
watched you for over. I haven't seen you. Been watching the show for over a week.
What happened? Did they finally lock you away and they've just let you out?
No,
Or-
I've just been too busy. I've having to pack up my stuff because I'm wanting to put carpet into my room.
Oh, that's exciting. That's a real positive thing.
I've already got carpet. I've already got carpet in my room, but they want to put tile carpet in my room. Vinyl tile.
Can you
lino
tell me
or
which
vinyl-
company you're using?
Vinyl carpet.
It's gotta be Tile Depot.
I don't use this company. This is just a friend's box. This is National Storage, but it's not mine.
You get Tile Depot, man.
It's
Just,
my box.
Hey,
of it.
recap.
Yeah.
Just be careful what kind of information you give Selenia Spain, okay? Because she'll
Here we go.
next minute, she'll be around there going through your national storage boxes and finding private information and documents.
She'll use it against you. She's
She'll be
supposed to be giving me
decoding
some
your,
Somalian hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah, she will. She's
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
be
be
writing.
I'll be night. What do you call it? Night. What do you do when you're something different at night? What do you call that?
Oh, you'll be moonlighting.
Moonlighting is Somalian
stalker?
hip hop
Night stalker?
artist.
Night
Yeah, you
Stalker?
could. Just be aware of cultural
Wouldn't
appropriation.
surprise
That
me.
could hit you really hard. Cultural
She'll be a
appropriation,
night
especially in
stalker.
this
She'll be a
social
night
climate.
stalker. She'll be a night
Yeah.
stalker.
Night stalker.
Night stalker.
Yes,
Far
yes,
out.
yes.
Leave it out. Never gonna leave it down.
She can be a day crawler during the day and then a night stalker at night.
I'm sure she's got a
exciting.
night stalker now.
Is she part ginger?
A night stalker.
I'm a ninja.
Right now.
Dave, man,
Right now.
are you talking
Hey.
truths in real time there, recap
Just
Dave?
don't- Sorry.
He's talking
Funny.
truths in real time. No,
You
look,
need
we're actually gonna we're giving Selenia Spain the new title. It's called Intern.
Director.
We're gonna
Yeah.
internalize some of that energy and put it towards the show in a real way. What about news? We're actually looking for a news journalist to read our half hour and our hour.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me, Benny?
No, he's
Oh,
talking to me.
I'm talking to Selenia Spain, but hey, I mean, considering you're on the line, recap, Dave, you could be the guy for the job. Maybe we could have a competition between
Yeah.
you guys two. It could be a bloodthirsty competition between the two, and
Hunger
you guys
Games.
could battle each other for the. Or maybe you guys could just be like Judy Bailey and who was that guy? Judy Bailey.
Sasha McNeil.
What's
The
his
other
name? I'm just trying to think of his name. What his
Was
name
it Tom?
was?
Was it Long? Was it someone Long?
Richard Long.
Richard Long and Judy Bailey. You guys will be our Richard Long and Judy Bailey. How do you guys feel about that?
He was
Well,
on
that could
years
be like
ago. He
Mark
was on in
Ellison,
the
if you
early
Can do.
2000s. Richard Long.
Yeah,
You got
well,
it.
you're
And
gonna
he-
you're gonna be
what did
playing
he-
Richard
what
Long.
What company did he advertise?
It must have been Channel 1, right? TVNZ.
He advertised a company, some company that got into strife financially and ripped people off.
We can't talk about that on this show.
Dave's already got
Yeah.
Well, just
national
tell me what it was
storage.
Move
called.
your camera, Dave. Hello. Can you? Why don't you tilt
It
your
was
camera
called He Scammed People for Profit Limited.
But he was advertising it. He was advertising it, and then later, the company went into receive.
It might be one of those ones like natural sort of Centrum, like those men's multi-tablets, and it could have been some sort of pill scam.
Yikes.
I don't know. It might have been Carpet Court. I think they might have shut down. But man, oh man, exciting times. Recap, Dave, are you in the market to buy a new or used vehicle? We've got an amazing range of Ford vehicles to suit your needs. We're even carrying future cars. Yes, we've got a person in the factory. We're getting cars from the future.
Yeah.
Really?
2022 models.
6-speed manual.
We're doing 16-speed auto manuals. Exciting times. But you don't look like you're in the market for a car. You look like you're in the market for a chin and lower third of your face.
But, yeah. So if Selena hooks me up with that, Somalian
hear me?
hip hop band. And then we get recap
clear.
Can you
Dave
hear
to
me?
make the ad.
We've
With
actually got an additional caller coming through.
human.
Yay! Yay! Exciting.
I'd like them to give them an opportunity to be on the show.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caller, do you hear us? You're live on the show.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Two
Recap Dave.
recap Daves.
Dave, I lost my video.
It's him again.
Oh,
Thane.
okay, superb. Now, are you able to turn your video on in this instance?
I'm trying to do it. I'm just trying to.
Okay, now give it another retry there. Oh yeah, superb. We have got you. I'm going to bring you through into the main console. Oh, looking as fresh as a whistle.
Yep.
As clean as a whistle. And what about Hayden? Hayden, we seem to have lost your video signal. How are you faring at your end?
Can you not see my video?
Yeah,
Hayden-
I can see it. I can see everyone's
Oh,
video.
you can see it? Okay, I'm just going to hit refresh at my end, see if I can get a reload going.
It's a nice T-shirt, Dave.
Yes, and the New Zealand one.
Yeah, is that a new one? Like, is that a new branding?
No, it's an old one. So I
Oh,
picked
okay.
it up from a friend.
Oh, cool.
Don't let
Oh, when
Selena
did-
see the rest of your
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know how old it is. It might be about 3 years old. It could do it in the last 2 years. It's not that old.
Yep. I know the one. I've seen those before. Yes.
How long ago were they out? How long ago were these
I
shirts
reckon
out?
3 years,
Yeah.
possibly.
Okay. Still in good condition, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's really.
It's a koru,
strong.
right? Is that the?
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure if you're getting mirror vision or not. Let's see. I'll just check by showing my record to you and seeing if it's in mirror vision or not.
Okay, let's do a recap. No, it's not. It's good. It's
What's that?
Sadaka.
The record?
Sadaka, Neil Sadaka. It's
So
the
how much,
immigrant.
Selena, do you reckon his t-shirts
No,
worth?
it's not the immigrant. It's Emergence.
Oh,
Immigrant's one of the songs he put out, but
don't
this is
know.
Emergence.
Have you got any
Maybe it was
trippy
taken
songs
on a
to tell us about this
cross-table
guy?
conversation.
I got this second hand. I'll tell you where I got this. I got this from Dominion Road Record Shop. He imported it. It came out in the 1970s. The record's not in here.
Nice.
It's on my record player. It came out. It's a Dominion Road. It's called Music Aquarium something. Music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his name is I'm trying to think of his name. It's Richard or not Richard.
It's like opposite the supermarket there or something, yeah.
No, it's down from the supermarket, but it's past the liquor shop. You know that bar. There's
I
a
know
bar
the liquor
there.
shop.
Not a
Yeah.
liquor shop. There's a bar.
Yes.
By where Wendy's used to be.
Yep.
Not Wendy's.
So how many meters
Valentine's.
we're talking? We're talking
You know where
like between
Valentine's used to
600
be?
and 800 or...
Remember
Oh,
where
I
Valentine's
love
used to be?
Valentine's. Do you guys like
It's not-
Valentine's?
It's no longer there. Dominion Road Valentine's
Yeah,
has
every on your
disappeared.
birthday, right? Is that right?
Valentine's Dominion Road's disappeared.
Okay.
And there's a shop there, and a guy called Brendan owns Irish bar.
Ooh.
And
Do you guys
they
like
have-
Guinness? Do you guys like Guinness beers?
I've never finished a Guinness
He's
beer.
below where it's at the end of the car park where Food Town is, or not Countdown. I mean,
Down
How many hundred meters?
it's about 200 more meters on the other side of the road towards KFC. Just about 200 meters from the Food Town car park. From
Oh,
the
that's
Food
pretty
Town-
easy.
50 and
That's
850 or-
manageable.
On the other side of the road, about 200 meters, and it's just the first set of shops past that. It's
Sure.
there's a dairy on the other side of the road, I think. Oh no, there's a
Is that hardware
bus-
store near there?
Oh no, there's a bus stop before it. A bus stop, an Outerlink bus stop.
you
And-
catch
and-
those buses at all? Or how do you get
Listen
around?
to that. No, Benny, listen to this. I'll
I'm
tell you,
willing to hear this.
There's a what's that ice cream shop called? It begins with M.
Yummy mummy.
Movenpick.
There's a Movenpicks just before it on that side of the road.
So we're
Okay.
talking about
There-
between
there's a-
750
There's
and
a road. There's a road
825
and there's a
meters away.
corner. There's a road and a corner.
I'm lost.
There's a road going off where Movenpicks is towards.
Can you just
Eden
send us
Park.
the Google pin?
Yeah.
There's a road that takes you to Eden Park,
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
and there's Movenpicks.
Yeah.
Then there's then just past Movenpicks towards KFC on that side of the road is aquarium, a music aquarium.
Okay,
Is
so
it-
type in the chat if you know what he's talking about, or if you followed any of that. He's trying to tell you how to get to the music
It
shop.
sells records, it sells
Yep.
CDs, it sells LPs, so their original vinyls and new print vinyls. It sells
Yep.
cassette. I don't know if he still sells cassette.
You can
tapes,
talk
but
anytime you want there, Hayden. Feel free
sells-
to get in
Listen,
there.
he sells
I'm hearing ya.
CDs, and some of
That's
them are so good. Some of these artists, you get things like Louis Armstrong, you get Al Jolson. You can get anything that's so amazing. Stuff that he doesn't pick up. It's not just stuff you pick up at a second-hand shop. He doesn't buy those sort of those charity shops. It's not charity shop stuff. It's actually proper
From people's
music that's-
collections and
It's proper collections.
Pre-loved.
Proper, really well looked after collections of music.
Yeah.
They
That's
got any
very hard to
back
get
to
now.
there?
You know,
They got any
it's
back
really
to
good, and it's stuff that you just don't get at JB Hi-Fi sells newer stuff like that, but
yeah. they
this
do.
is some of the stuff is more rare. You know, it's
I love
amazing.
like really rare jazz, like
Yeah.
amazing jazz records.
Well, you get that vintage jazz. He's got an interest in it. Also, I've noticed. I think his name's Rick. He has some Christian music. I don't want to say that, but I should, because there are Christians still around that might like some of the Jesus type of. He doesn't have very
A
much
few
of
of
that.
them still around.
He just has a little bit of it because he knows
uplifting.
there's always
Gospel. Well,
there's always a group of Christians that would come in to want to get something
right.
to believe in, to see, it's all that new age type of Christianity stuff, the evangelical or what do you call it, the charismatic born again, stuff like that,
Do they have jousting sticks?
But he doesn't have much of that. It's just he only has a little bit of that, But I don't know whether he is a Christian or not. I haven't asked him because it's nothing. It's a highly personal subject whether someone's a Christian or not. You don't talk it.
It is.
Shouldn't talk about it in mainstream media either.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Yes,
ask
okay.
people. That used to be the first thing I used to ask people was, "Are you a Christian?" But now people will think I was a nutcase when I'm saying that, so I don't say it anymore.
Where's Puma tonight?
He's outside. I
Can
saw
we get
he's
a
on the
photo
deck.
of him?
Oh,
No, he's gone out. He's out. He's just been eating. I bought some chicken back from Mount Eden Kebabs tonight, and chicken and chips, and he was eating that on the deck earlier. About 20 minutes ago, I saw him out there eating
Is
it.
your-
I put it on
sometimes
when
cats can be so
I got
fussy.
home like an hour and a half.
Oh, sometimes cats can be they eat anything or super fussy, right?
Well, I got home about an hour and a half
100%.
ago, and I gave him and Billy. There's another cat, Billy. I gave them a little kid, and they're like 2 years old. I gave them some chicken from my chicken burger, and it was really nice, and Cabernet cheese. They love that, and then the chicken on chips. they're a bit more slow at eating the chicken and chips because they don't like the chips very much. They only like the chicken, you know.
Yeah, and anything
They
dairy.
don't like. Well, they don't like savoury stuff, or they don't like sweet stuff. They wouldn't go near sugar like anything, you know. They don't like sugar at all. But they can eat chips, but it has to have the satay on it and everything, you know, to taste nice.
Good.
They
I
put satay
totally
on the chicken and
spoiled
chips.
my cats as well.
So they're into like Mexican kind of stuff.
Yeah, they love. Well, they love that. If anything fattening or fatty, anything fatty, they love. You know.
Yeah, they love
Just
like.
They like fish. They like fish. They like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just getting the giggles. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe I should exit. I'm just gonna take.
No,
5.
it's all right. You know, you can go laugh. It's all right. It's nice. Why did she have to go? Ben, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Ben. I can only hear music.
Yeah, cool.
Ben,
Okay, can you hear me now? I'll turn the music
Yeah,
down
I can
a little.
hear you now.
I think Selenia Spain's just had to go to recompose herself and try and figure herself out.
Yeah.
But I mean,
smokes a
man,
lot
I
of-
can't hear. I can't hear him. I can now. Yeah,
yeah, okay,
I can
perfect.
hear you, and I can hear you, Ben, as well.
It's working well. I mean, that was a very in-depth story. You really hit a
I think I
few
was doing all the
points on there.
talking, Ben. I was doing all the
And
talking.
the cats. Can you hear me talking now? The cats sound like
Yeah.
they love eating the chicken. And of course, I enjoy eating chicken and chips. That's a great meal
I
in
love the
anyone's book.
tuna.
Of course, the satay
They
sauce,
also
that's a
like
great
they
choice.
like steak. They like
love
steak.
the
They like
tuna.
lamb. They like
Oh,
they like
yeah,
beef,
bit of
they
some
like,
lamb.
they like
Oh,
anything
yes.
meat. They like the fish. They like milk. They
Meat,
like
fish,
cream. They
Green.
like cheese.
Superb.
Cheese.
Excellent. Hey, Selenia Spain, if you're there, could you just take your
Selenia
camera on? We're just
Spain.
about to wind
She's gone on.
the show
went
on
off.
up.
She was
We're
giggling
just
so
about to
much she had
wind
to
the show
leave.
up. Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to wind the show up. We'll bring Selenia
Yeah.
Spain on. Selena Spain, we appreciate you for coming through. Did you enjoy your show tonight?
Yeah, I wasn't too offended. Pretty.
Not too
happy.
offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And it was quite, you had a bit of a joyful end there. You had a bit
Yeah.
of fun. You had a few
I
laughs.
did. I did have
Okay,
fun.
well, thank
Why
you
was
so
it
Enjoyed the
much.
company
offended?
of
Was it-
everyone
I
here.
didn't hear it any earlier of the beginning stuff. Was it quite offensive quite earlier on?
No.
Celine?
Selena
No,
was
it's
being
just-
quite
it's an in-joke.
offensive towards
It's
people.
just-
Were you
it's just
talking
some-
about me? Were you mentioning me?
No.
No.
We were
no.
talking
Okay.
about how
Wait,
Selena Spain is quite thorough with her research.
Yeah.
So if we've got new guests on the show, she will actually find them and figure out where they live and their
Oh,
favourite
when we were
colour.
calling her a stalker. That wasn't the same.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna. Yeah, that's pretty much
A night
Okay.
stalker. Night stalker.
it.
Just
Remember
mix your
Night Court?
undies.
Remember Night Court? Remember Night Court? Night Court.
Why was it called
And-
Night Court? Did they do all the
Because there
cases
was-
at night time?
There was the People's Court. Remember the People's Court? Night Court
Yeah.
was
Hey,
follow up of the
Selena
people-
Spain, I'm going to let you go, okay? I'm going to
No,
let you,
no, Ben. The People's
Why?
Court
Enjoy
was
the
on
rest of it.
30 years ago. People's
me?
Court was on
What
30.
else there?
Ben. People's Court was on 30 years ago, and then they called it Night Court because it was a night court, and it was the same company that made the People's Court made Night Court.
I like
Very
that. I
nice.
like that. That's a really good fact. Hey, Selena, why am I letting you go?
The end.
Um,
Yeah. Don't have to stay till the end and like take notes.
Obviously, you're stalking people, Selena. We
no.
know that.
Not funny anymore.
I need you to just try and
It's not funny.
I
What's
just need
his
you to try
name?
and work with me and not against me. I'm
Well,
just
you're
trying to.
working
I'm
with
just trying
me.
to give you some I'm just trying to get out of this damn show.
Yeah.
She's not
It's
stalking us.
11:10.
She's interested. She's interested in us.
See, I'm trying to do a smooth exit from the
She's
show, and I've got
interested.
people dragging their feet, not wanting to hang up. It's not
Yeah.
only is it
Let's just
upsetting,
respect-
it's offensive. God damn it!
Let's just, people.
I'm trying
listen,
to work here.
I'm trying to speak for you and tell everyone, let's respect Benny. He's the host. We're just
Yeah.
here
Okay. Sorry, Betty.
in his house, so maybe we
What's
should
Thane
just
on it?
back
What's
out
Thane
These
on
guys
earlier?
don't have to
Can I ask
apologize
what's
for
Thane?
nothing.
What's Thane on earlier? What's Thane on earlier? What's Thane
He
on
was,
earlier?
yeah.
Okay.
Thane starts the show, does an hour, and then I finish
What's
it off.
Sophia on? What's Sophia on tonight?
Sophia.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yep,
Okay.
yep. 5 nights a week, sometimes 6. It's been a great show. Selenia, Spain, did you enjoy the show?
Of course, yes, thank you.
Do you have a little tidbit that you want to leave for them?
And when are we getting Cara?
Cara?
When are we getting Cara on again? When are we getting Cara on again?
Just 1 second recap. Couple little thought there, Selenia. The
Yeah,
mic's
we should
yours.
get Cara on again. She's a fan of mine, Cara.
This isn't
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah, go. I've muted them.
Oh, good.
The-
Thank you. Thank you.
The floor is yours. What's your final thought? Make it snappy.
Okay. A quote from Oscar Wilde. We're all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars.
Very
That's it.
poignant. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great night. Okay, superb. Fucking excellent. Okay, and Hayden, how was your evening, mate? Did you have a bloody marvelous show? Oh, hang on. Wait 1 second. Let me unmute you. Here we go. How was your show, mate? Did you have a good one? Thanks for calling in
Yeah,
as well.
I enjoyed it. It was a good night. Good chats.
It was good chats. It was good
Yeah.
mahi. I think we did well at this back end of the show. We managed to keep the dream alive. You're going to call in again, aren't you? Can we rely on you to call back in again when we get
Yeah.
desperate and we start sort of clawing at the walls and climbing the curtains
Yeah, like I've always
like a fucking deranged kitten on catnip?
like
You're going to call it.
Puma when he
We can
gets
count on
angry.
you.
I'm like Puma.
You're like Puma. Okay, cool, mate. Well, I'm going to let you go. Okay, can you join us on?
Yes.
You can watch us across on the Facebook. Okay.
Cheers, Dave. Good to see you. Selena, get out of my inbox, okay?
Okay, cool. Okay, mate. And crossing over to recap, Dave. Recap,
And when
Dave.
are we getting Cara on again?
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
like-
Do we need her
I
on?
want to talk. I want to
ASAP.
talk to her. I want to talk to her. I haven't seen her for years.
Have you got any specific comments that you would make if you had the opportunity to have a one-on-one
No,
interview?
I used to see her on Constantly Raised quite a lot, and we always got on well, which was always smiley and happy and nice, pleasant to see me. Even after the antic that Thane got me to do on the show in front of her.
Yeah, well, she's very. She
Take your clothes
understands
off.
that it's all part of the show.
I took my
And,
clothes
that
off
you're-
for Thane.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all part of entertainment, and
Yeah.
it's all part. It's a wild ride.
Thane said I was Troy, and she was surprised. She expected a guy called Troy, a bodybuilder called Troy, and she was very embarrassed because she knew me very well, and to see me naked in front of her because she knew me so well, it freaked her out because she wasn't used to me nude, you know.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait a second. You're not a you're not a bodybuilder.
No,
Trying to
she
get
didn't think. She thought it was someone she didn't know, but for someone that she
Okay.
saw every day,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
at the-
quite
at the-
that's
at the
quite
radio,
shocking.
to be
That's
naked in
quite
front of
shocking.
her. I don't know.
Right, so he had consent, but then
and I
the
wasn't,
consent was
and I wasn't turned on. So don't think. it
Okay,
was
well, on that note,
rules
thank
like
you
that.
so much for calling in
Yeah.
Recap, Dave. We appreciate you for
Yeah.
taking the time out of your busy schedule to call in and to watch the show and to share some of that sort of that
Animation.
knowledge, some of your stories. You've got so much information. We can't even fathom what's going to happen next. You need your own slot. Call in
Yep.
anytime you want. You're always welcome here. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you
We're
very
glad
much,
you're
Ben.
well. Okay. Peace,
Thank
love,
you
and
very much.
happiness.
Peace, love, and happiness.
And I'm going to wrap this show up.
Happiness.
Thanks, Davey.
Peace.
Okay,
Peace.
mate.
Bye.
See you on the Facebook if you want to watch. Okay, well, what a guy. What a charismatic guy. And, of course, the intern, Hayden, everyone that's on the show, the Aussie Ox, boosted with the mullet. And, of course, thanks so much to our other hosts, our presenters, Thane Kirby, Sophia Mantell, Luke Dello, and that's me, Benny Mack. It's been a pretty good show tonight. And of course, we've got old Matty Boy Chapman to thank. He was on at the beginning of the show for the first hour of the show. You can go back there and check that out. Yep, I have been Benny Mack, your fact checker, and I've been checking the facts and talking to the real people in real time here and interacting with you live in the chat room. The intern. See, this is what I call. What do they call it when the crew starts to rebel against the captain of the ship? An uprising. It looks like we've got an uprising in the chat. I'm petrified. Frankly, I'm petrified. What a great show tonight. And before we leave, we've got a very, very spicy topic.
Spicy topic.
Well, we all know the spicy topic for the week is incredible stuff is happening. We have got extendo shows. So apparently we're going to be broadcasting from 8 through 11 or 8 through 10:30, 11. Man, oh man, they are they're syndicating. Apparently we got a huge syndication deal on the show, and they're going to send it out across the stratosphere. We're syndicizing the show, and we're franchising it out across across the known universe. So it's an exciting time. My name is Benny Mack. I've been checking the facts, and I've been live on this show, Talkback, with Thane and Sophia. What a great show. Thanks.